In a fast-paced world, when we have so many things to do, is it really possible to meet for a family time of prayer? And if yes, what are some of your thoughts and practical ways to practice that?
This was more easier when our children were small. They are all at home all the time, and we could kind of make them come together and all that. But as our children grew up and each one had their own priority, definitely there was a challenge to come together at a fixed time and things like that. But one of the things that really helped is this is a non-negotiable thing in our home, and so our children know that. So we use the digital technology. So as I said, because while I was doing my doctorate in the US, I had to be there for 2 months and come back and all that. So those days, our children were small. It's almost 13 years back. So they used to plug me by Skype, those days, into the TV, and then I used to be part of the family prayer. So that culture kind of grew into our family, I would say. So during COVID, they were all isolated in 2 different rooms. But we made sure that our family altar continued, even though they are there. We all connect through WhatsApp call. The non-COVIDians are together, the COVID ones are in the room. So they connect through WhatsApp, and we still pray together, worship together. So when technology is there today, even distance has shrunk. Why don't we use that for family altar? This couple was telling us because he didn't want to miss, because he's traveling from Electronic City and coming, into the city, and it takes a lot of time for him in the traffic. But by the time he reaches home, the children are asleep. So what he does, he will switch on, his WhatsApp call or, regular call, and he will, through that 1 hour, the family is meeting for prayer, and he's attending the prayer, and he is actually, praying and being with them in worship and all that. So if we really want to make it happen, 100 ways to make it happen is there. No excuse for that. So, I would say, yes, it is possible. With all this fast-paced world, we also have fast-paced technology. And so let's use it for the glory of God, if this is our priority.
If I could add, especially when we have younger children, I think it's important to engage them. So some songs that they love, or maybe, a story that we can play. Today we have so many, so much of material which we can use as an additional tool for our family altar. So sometimes we have played certain videos, and we've discussed, as our boys are growing older, they can think, intellectual conversations, maybe some debates about, scripture says this, but the world lives like this. How do we do this balancing act? So I would say use not just technology, but use the resources that are available. Like we have so much good material on Right Now Media. We have the Bible Project. We have so many things out there. Age appropriate. Parents, I would encourage you. There's plenty of material out there, which you can choose. If you don't feel that, you can be creative in your family altar, I would say become creative. Kids will love it. We've had role plays or games that we play, and we teach a value of scripture. Or we do something, make them do an activity, and they share with us what they learned, and we connect that to scripture. So we can do various ways. As our children were younger, we used to do a whole lot of these things. But now they're so much more older, and they converse. They talk about things that bother them, about different standards that some of their friends have. Recently, we were talking to one of our boys, and he was saying, all of them in my class, I think they have alcohol. I'm the only one, I think, who does it. And so there was a lot of conversation about it and who he is representing there in his college or in his class is Christ. And so we had to reiterate to him that there are certain values that you hold dear. Stick by them. Then he also said, some of the friends who struggle with issues, share with him personally. I said, why? Because there's something about you that they feel they can come and confide in, right? So all of these things influence. So our children now are able to converse. And so we discuss, we have conversations, we share some of our own struggles. they help us. Like in a lot of digital stuff, they are the ones who help us. You know, they know more than us. Like he was reading recently about the digital immigrants and the digital natives. So our children are the digital natives. They've grown up in this digital world. We are the immigrants. We're still struggling to kind of fit into this digital world. And so I think let's use all of those things. Our kids will catch on. And I think there is a great way to do family altar today. It doesn't have to be the old method of how maybe our grandparents, parents did it. Change it.
Yes.
Some of the old songs when we are sleepy, you know.
Doesn't have to be them, you know. Change everything.
Yeah.
Do something creatively and let it be in a time when all are awake.